Thank you very much for tuning into Radio Caravan. Thank you for joining the Caravan. मैं हूँ आपकी host Mithu and I'll be with you till 1 o'clock. Extremely proud of the people who are sitting with me in the studio right now. They say there is nothing more beautiful and divine than someone who goes out of the way to make life beautiful for others. And what do you say about those very extra special in this world who go above and beyond to help save those beautiful life itself? Dr. Sailakshmi Balijepalli is one of those very, very special people in this world. Or Dr. Sai Lakshmi was born into a family of doctors, always wanted to be one, and she is one person who is extremely inspiring. She's sitting in front of me in simple clothes, simple get-up, and very high thoughts that she has. She's always been driven by an instinctive need to respond to problems she witnessed. For instance, when the state of Gujarat was affected by an earthquake that killed 20,000 people, Dr. Sai left for relief work, missed her postgraduate entrance exams. Similarly, about her graduation, that she missed this job interview, when she had to go to Bihar for flood relief. And that is some very interesting stories that we have there. And Dr. Sai Lakshmi that we will be talking to. But with me right now also here in the studio is Anya. Anya from Kids Show, you have heard her every Monday at 4 o'clock, and she will be also asking some questions to Sai Lakshmi. We all are very, very inspired in this studio by Dr. Sai Lakshmi. So we will be asking some questions, and joining us in the conversation will be few other members from Ekam Foundation, which we will be speaking about in much detail, their cause, their inspiration, their journey, everything we will be speaking about in this course of 1 hour here on Radio Caravan. So welcome to Anya, first of all.
And I'm really excited to be talking to Dr. Sai Lakshmi.
And Dr. Sai Lakshmi, what a pleasure to meet you. Have heard so much about you, have so much heard about Ekam Foundation, and finally get to meet you. A warm welcome to you on the airwaves of Radio Caravan.
Thank you, Mithu, and thank you, Anya. It's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And we were talking about her battles before the show even started, right? So we will be asking questions, and Anya, I will let you, but I do want our, listeners to know a little bit more about Dr. Sai Lakshmi here. So, during the initial years of working in governmental hospitals, Dr. Sai witnessed that many children were becoming the victims of the inefficiencies of the system and saw doctors increasingly accepting these deaths as a routine problem. So to solve this, she started visiting orphanages around her hospital to identify, refer, and treat sick children. Later, she created a project that connected 80 private doctors to orphanages around their hospitals so that more children could be treated. In India, approximately every 20 seconds a baby dies, and Dr. Sai Lakshmi and her team wanted to change that statistics. They started in 2007 as part of corporate social responsibility initiative, and Dr. Sai Lakshmi's passion to help more and more needed more involvement. So she left her medical practice and dedicated herself full-time to the cause. And Ekam was founded in 2008. And in 2009, they became an independent NGO with a dedicated philosophy. No matter what the crisis is, they will go head on with it, and no mother or child should be denied quality healthcare facility. And that's what they have been standing for since then, and standing tall, must I add here. And Anya, I know you have number of questions for you. The youth, they are so motivating, as you yourself, Dr. Lakshmi. So I will begin by asking you about your journey. How was your journey? I mean, the difficulties, I'm sure they were bigger at that point of time. Could you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, the journey has been amazing, and as by the name Ekam, it's a beautiful experience of oneness, and always believed in that whenever any intention is pure, nature responds with lots of love and abundance. So that's been the journey of Ekam. Yes, it started off with being a pediatrician, witnessing kids dying because of lack of adequate infrastructure. So because basically the supply and demand discrepancy, as we all know, and the GDP allocated is very less in India, and every doctor is actually motivated to save the patients and children who come to them, but because of all these inadequacies, it's very difficult. And then the private care is so costly. Like, the parent would think like, no, I would rather lose this kid and have another kid which is more economical, and that's very, very frustrating to doctors. So that's when every kid whom I have witnessed to have lost was an inspiration to start Ekam with a very, very strong intention that no child should be refused of healthcare because of financial constraints, and every child deserves the freedom to live.
That's an amazing cause that you're working for and relentlessly working for, and you have number of people who have joined in, and that is so amazing. The people that you have found are just the kind of people who would be, constantly be on the cause and, forgetting about their life, if I might add that, and be very dedicated to the cause. And Anya, I know you have number of questions here. Is there anything that you want to ask?
I do.
Right? Yeah.
I do have questions. You said that both your parents were doctors, so I guess service to others must run in your family. Do you have maybe one experience in your early life that maybe caused you to become more selfless and start this Ekam Foundation?
Yeah, I would say I became more self-centered and selfish that the more we are actually, being given as opportunities. Like all the kids who come to Ekam, we feel like, they have been giving us an opportunity to actually take care of them rather than we giving them something. So this was actually, I have a beautiful soul in my life who has come as a patient to me during my house urgency, and she was literally on the streets for 5 to 10 days, and she was emaciated. And when I was actually being a part in the treatment process as a house surgeon, I realized that at the end of it, when she became all right, I realized that even if any other house surgeon would have been there, she would have been all right. But she gave me an opportunity to experience this process of healing, which as doctors we are really blessed. And every patient who comes to us gives us this opportunity to experience healing. So that, the service with a spiritual element is very much needed. And, that's been the beautiful soul who taught me this in my life.
You really are an inspiration to everybody you meet. I'm feeling very inspired just listening to you. There must have been someone who inspired you to be so selfless. And do you have anyone who inspired you in different phases of your life?
Yeah, in every phase of life, like every kid who was witness to have lost was an inspiration to start, and definitely it's a divine grace. And I feel my guru who has come in my life has been the driving force to take this forward. Dr. Avadut Shivanand Babaji, he's been my driving force to take this forward, and Ekam is an offering to him.
You talked about your Baba and how you actually overcome stage 4 cancer by meditating. Could you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so stage 4 cancer, I'm a breast cancer survivor and spinal metastasis in 2011. But it has been a blessing in disguise for me, and that's when I found my guru, Dr. Avadut Shivanand Babaji. And basically Shiv Yoga meditation is something which I have been practicing. At that time I got connected and I did the practice, and that was when I realized that how amazingly the energy healing can cure my own illness which I was going through. Though I had been through the regular treatment, but it's amazing, like with the energy healing, pain used to go off, and I felt so good, and my immediate PET scan showed complete reversing, and it was actually showing completely normal. So it was amazing as a doctor experiencing this, and I thank God for this experience, because now I can talk confidently what my guru says, cure is possible.
That's amazing to know, really. And meditation can do wonders. Yes. I've heard so many beautiful stories about it. And your story itself was so very inspiring, really. When you try to go to your patients and when you are in the process of healing and treating them, do you also suggest meditation to them as
Yes, definitely. Now that's part and parcel of everything, and definitely I speak about meditation and how I have overcome, because there's a live example here, and as a doctor, if I have experienced this, and I definitely talk about.
So how do you go to that grassroots level where, underprivileged children and mother, how do you educate them, first of all, the parents, and how do you go to those children who need that kind of help,
Yeah. So we have a model called Sustainable Wellbeing Initiative, where we work with the grassroots level, village panchayats, and we have district officers in every district, and we have zonal managers and the state program manager. And we reach out and we partner with the government. So it's called Confluencing Community, Civil Society Organizations, Public and Private Sector. When we all come together, that's what is Ekam. When the good energy comes together, miracles happen. That's been the transformation which has been happening. And as a part of Sustainable Wellbeing Initiative, we work with almost 13 government departments which are there at the grassroots. That is, it is the school education department, the Anganwadi, ICDS department, then we have the primary healthcare centers, then you have the education department. Until and unless there's a synergy with all these departments, because if they run in parallel, it is like, they run in silos. So we try to bring in that oneness and see that how we can connect with each of these departments and activate the village health water sanitation committees, which are existing in the system but they are inactive. So we actually always complement the government system and no parallel systems, so that the adequate infrastructure is utilized judiciously, and that's how it happens. So we do a lot of training programs, building the governance system, and in order to make it sustainable, we are integrating livelihood.
I see. So that is also a part of the entire program.
Yes.
So at this point, I do want to mention to all our listeners here, the website is ekamoneness.org. Once again, ekamoneness.org.
Yeah, that is the India site. And we have Ekam USA also set up. It is ekamusa.org.
And we will have people who will be joining us shortly to speak about, the Ekam USA chapter. I think we have somebody on air right now with us, and we'll open up the lines for all of our listeners here to, if they have any questions to you or about Ekam Foundation, they are more than welcome to ask Dr. Sailakshmi here from Ekam Foundation, the founder of Ekam Foundation. And with us is also the Kids' Delight. She is Anya of our RadioCaravan. So, Anya, is there anything before I play a song for our guest here?
I actually had just one more question. I don't know if I'm too young to be asking this question, but I know that you've met a lot of political figures in India through Ekam Foundation. And do you think that politics and bureaucracy in India is a hindrance to your cause, or does it help you?
Oh yeah, it's definitely, it helps us. The entire model is we work with the government healthcare facilities. Like we could operationalize 73 neonatal care units, like with staffing, training, and equipment maintenance completely with the support of the government. If the government bureaucrats don't say yes, it is very difficult for us to actually partner and work with. And similarly, the same model, it has brought down the mortality rate in Tamil Nadu from almost 21 babies dying per 1,000 live births to almost 16 babies dying per 1,000 live births in period of 5 years. It's completely with the support of the bureaucrats who have actually okayed it, and it's been funded by them. And in fact, the equipment maintenance model, where we set right the complete equipments of critical care equipments for the neonatal units, was done with almost 62 lakhs when the government budgeted it 100 lakhs.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
then this model is being replicated in Chhattisgarh, where we made almost 18 neonatal care units operationalized in 18 districts of Chhattisgarh.
So I went on the website, and what an impressive website and what impressive feats that they have achieved. I must say, whatever you spoke about, Ekam Foundation is committed for the healthcare of neonates, children, adolescents, and mothers from underprivileged communities. They complement the government health system and not replace it. And I love that thing.
Yes.
And it is the humbleness of this great foundation here that they are acknowledging every single sector who have come together to support this great mission here. So on this note, I do want to play a song for you, Dr. Sailakshmi. All right. For our listeners here, the number is 214-817-3333. And we have somebody on air. I will very quickly ask the person that you are live on air. Please go ahead and tell us your name.
Well, hi, I'm Dr. Shilpa Puppala.
Dr. Shilpa, very warm welcome to you. We were waiting for your call and we are very, very keen to talk to you. Can we take a short musical break and get back to you? Can you please hold the line
Thank you.
for
Absolutely.
us?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure to have you on air.
इस दुनिया में ना तो कुछ मुश्किल होता है ना ही आसान होता है. सारा खेल मानने का है. जो मानता है कि उसके लिए मुश्किल है तो उसके लिए मुश्किल है, और जो मान लेता है कि मेरे लिए आसान है तो उसके लिए सब आसान है.
पर्वत की भी नजरें उठे आशाएं उम्मीदें अब मुश्किल नहीं कुछ भी.
Once again, welcome back to all lovely listeners here. This is Radio Caravan. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I'm extremely proud to tell you all that I have in the studio with me Dr. Sailakshmi, who is the founder of Ekam Foundation. And also with me is a person who is representing the youth here. And she is Anya from Kids Club. And she does this lovely show every Monday at 4 with Aparna. So yes, we are asking some pertinent questions to, Dr. Sailakshmi. And also with me on air is Dr. Shilpa. Once again, thank you so much for holding the line for us. And we are so very happy to have you on air.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about this organization. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely our pleasure. So, Dr. Shilpa, my question to you would be, what inspired you to join this cause?
Well, I was a classmate of Dr. Sailakshmi, and I have known her for a very long time. And I was familiar with the work Ekam Foundation was doing in India as a donor. And one of our other classmates, Dr. Nilima Reddy, she made this proposal to start a sister organization called Ekam USA here in US. And then that got us really excited. We thought it was an excellent opportunity to build this organization here. And also, the model of the Ekam, to emulate that model. So I was very excited, immediately was on board, and I serve as one of the board members, and I think it's a privilege and honor to be a part of this organization. So to me, a perfect model for healthcare is Ekam. So for an ideal healthcare system, it has to be accessible. It should provide high quality of care. It should be affordable, compassionate, and holistic. And these are the pillars on which Ekam model was built on. And the most important is the message behind Ekam. Like, how do we achieve this? How do we do this? It is who is responsible for building a healthcare system like this. So we all are. It's a common goal as physicians, as patients, as community, as hospitals, as government, as other non-profit organizations. We all need to come together and work towards this common goal. So this message of unity was very appealing to me. So that was the main purpose I joined this organization.
And hence the name Ekam as well, right?
Correct.
And as I was reading through the website, it clearly defines the model, as you mentioned, that every child has the right to live. It is the collective responsibility of community, civil society organizations, public and private sectors to see that every child enjoys this right. And to, sort of take this journey to the next level where the next generation is also connecting. I think we were talking just a while ago about the youths and their involvement. So how is the youth involvement that you're finding, Dr. Shilpa?
So, very good question, because in Ekam USA, we are exploring partnerships and collaborations with other non-profit organizations without duplicating the effort. And we made two very meaningful partnerships, one with Sanjeevani. So Sanjeevani is a non-profit organization which works towards mental health and domestic abuse. And as you know, mental health is very central, very important part of well-being. There is a lot of stress, anxiety, and depression which are very common. And the problem with mental health is it goes unrecognized. And even when it is recognized, because of the social stigma, there is fear, there is embarrassment, and not everybody is comfortable seeking health care or treatment services. So Sanjeevani provides a workshop for our youth to get trained in recognizing the signs of mental health, to provide counseling, and also to direct those who need help towards proper resources. So I think it provides a very important platform and helps break the silence and start conversation about health issues, mental health issues. And there is another organization which we have partnered with, which is called Humanity Rising. And Humanity Rising it encourages the youth to select a service passion. It could be related to anti-bullying, homelessness, hunger, or any other issue in the community. It helps them take up an issue and provides a platform to work towards that issue. So Ekam has partnered with these two organizations, providing workshops and helping them to choose a project and work towards it. So this also helps in instilling compassion and kindness and community service, also honing their leadership skills. So we're really excited about these two organizations and opportunities that we are providing as a part of our Youth Ambassador program.
And that is seriously very inspiring also to hear the way that you all have come together to uplift the community in toto and take everybody forward together. As the website had it in the words of Dr. Sailakshmi, let us join hands and work together to ensure that no life is lost due to lack of any resources or appropriate intervention. The problems in today's scenario are our responsibility, and we need to be together to reform the situation. And this is exactly why Ekam believes in being in sync with all the corners of society. And thank you, Dr. Shilpa. If you have any more insights for our listeners here, please go ahead.
Sai also has a proposal for ecotourism, and it's not implemented yet, but it is in plans, and I would pass it on to Dr. Sailakshmi to talk about it. So it's also a very exciting proposal. So I would like Sai to explain a little bit to our viewers about it.
Sure,
Excellent. And thank you so much, Dr. Shilpa. And I have to tell you, Dr. Sailakshmi, we'll be going into a short commercial break. So, Anya, we'll reserve our questions for right after the break, okay?
Yes,
and Dr. Sailakshmi and Anya, it's a real pleasure to have both of you in the studio. As I said, Anya is also with this young lady who is so very inspiring in herself because she is so excited about such projects and everything. So, yes, Dr. Shilpa, thank you for your time and thank you for coming on to RadioCaravan. Really appreciate.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
And that was Dr. Shilpa. And once again, the USA chapter, the US chapter, the website is ekamusa.org. Thank you very much for tuning into Radio Caravan. Thank you for joining the Caravan. I'm your host, Mithu, and with me we have kids, segment host, Miss Anya with me on the airwaves of Radio Caravan. Together we are asking some questions to Dr. Sailakshmi. We are in conversation with Dr. Sailakshmi and her team members who are coming on air to share their perspective, their inspiration, their journey with Ekam Foundation that was founded in 2009 as an NGO, independent NGO. It came into being, and that is Ekam Foundation that we are talking about. EkamOneness.org is the website, and for the USA chapter, you might want to look up and look for the website EkamUSA.org. Once again, it is EkamUSA.org. And once again, Dr. Sailakshmi with me here. So, Doctor, we had Dr. Shilpa on the airwaves of Radio Caravan, and she was talking about ecotourism. So, could you tell us about ecotourism a little bit more in detail?
Yeah, this is an exciting thing which we planned. Last visit in Atlanta, I had met a good friend, Sharath, who was mentioning that you need to make the organization sustainable by bringing in ecotourism. And we always thought that there are enough local resources in India, and once the if the resources are utilized well, we need not depend on much on the external resources. So that's where we build the local livelihoods. As a part of it, we actually are trying to see how agriculture can be a local livelihood for the youth, so that they don't migrate and they sort of take responsibility for the healthcare of their village and generate income through other livelihoods. So we sort of thought that why can't we incentivize them on various types of livelihoods? Could be like, train them on wastewater management, solid waste management, which are all eco-friendly, agriculture.
Correct.
And various ways. So that way we thought even ecotourism, where they can be a tourist guides, they could be trained in that way. And India is a beautiful country with so much of places to visit. So the chapters who adopt districts or villages in India, they can actually visit and see what exactly is happening to the funding what they have donated for. It could be they could have supported a primary healthcare center with equipments, or it could be like a school with they could have supported. So they would visit these places where they have actually sort of supported, and along with that they would also go around to see what are all the beautiful places there and connect to the roots, like kids especially, they could connect to the roots. And so this could actually be packaged, and that could be actually, support the youth there, and it is like an incentive. For example, every youth would be given in a village to take care of the sanitation, the maternal health, they would see every mother had their health checks done, scans done, and hemoglobin is fine, and they would be given certain responsibilities in the maternal and child healthcare part, and every newborn baby's weight gets checked, and they would see that part. And if they do that, they would get incentivized on, could be a livelihood, could be something like many of the US chapter team members were saying we can take certain material things from here and actually give them as an incentive for the good performance they done on the healthcare. And also empower the women locally, they could also set up community kitchens and cook local food, it could be millet based tasty food, which could be actually service to the team members coming from here. And they also can make certain crafts, handicrafts and all, which could be brought here and merchandised by the youth, and it could build the local economy and incentivize them for the healthcare. So it is tagged to the healthcare responsibility they take up to incentivize them.
Excellent. I am so inspired. Anya, what do you think?
That does sound very interesting. And for those of you who would like to know more about Ekam USA, which is Ekam Foundation's chapter in the U.S., you can call 225-953-0414, which is Dr. Neelima Reddy's phone number, and she will tell you everything you need to know. Because me, as a listener listening to Dr. Sailakshmi, I'm actually really incentivized to go see what I can do out there for my community, because it's very important to give back.
Thanks, Anya. and you are so inspiring. Thank you.
Thank
She
you.
is indeed. And for kids like Anya and for adults who want to contribute, how they can do that? If they want to be part of Ekam or in any way or form they want to, add to the help here, what they can do?
Yeah, so as we are setting up chapters in different parts of US, no, they could be a part of the chapter coordinators giving their time, which is very much needed. The idea is every chapter, when they adopt a district in India, we want them to learn in a deeper way what exactly is happening, so that it would be a great support when we have individuals who are actually passionate about the cause and then learn about it. And that's one thing. And then volunteering as such is needed for spreading the cause and financial support. And when they visit India, it would be good if they actually see what exactly is happening.
And that will, I am sure, encourage them to go deeper into it. And I would request all our listeners here to spread the word. Go on to ekamusa.org to find out more about them, more about their work, more about their cause, everything that you want to know. Get in touch with them, find out your area of interest and get in touch with them, because they will prepare you for exactly the way that you want to help, right?
I believe we have a caller.
Yes, we do. All right, you are live on air.
Hi, this is Neelima. I'm calling from Baton Rouge.
Hi, Dr. Reddy. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity. Excited to be sharing information about Ekam USA.
And it is our complete pleasure to have you on air. We are talking to your friend, Dr. Sailakshmi here, the founder of Ekam Foundation there. And also you are the founder of Ekam USA chapter. That's what I believe.
That's right. So Sailakshmi and I went to medical school together, and seeing her motivation and what the work she's doing, all of our classmates who are physicians in the USA, we were all inspired to help in the work. I mean, how often do you actually get to sit where you are doing what you are and be able to help a child way over in rural India? So Sai has thankfully created this awesome platform where we are able to simply donate money, and it goes a long way. And everyone that knows Sai Lakshmi have no questions about where the money goes, what it does. So they all feel comfortable that 100% of the donation goes to the project. So she's just created this for all of us to be able to help in this cause.
That's an excellent friendship there, I would say, and excellent humanity aspect that you are dealing with. And I really appreciate from the bottom of our hearts, because many of us here do have that compassion for people, but actually how many of us actually step out to help? And you are one such person, and I'm so glad to be talking to you and your entire team, Dr. Reddy and Dr. Sai Lakshmi. It is outstanding to hear about your contribution and the way you have uplifted the underprivileged children and mothers to give them the second chance on life, literally, most literally. So, Doctor, go ahead.
What we have set up is, of course, anyone can donate as easily and support the work being done there. And people that want to volunteer and go to India, we're creating a pathway where they can go and work in medical or non-medical capacity. And as far as youth are concerned, Sai Lakshmi wanted to raise a younger generation with values where they respect their parents and, realize the connections that we have, family bonds we have. So the idea came up only because we see the teenagers kind of separating from their parents in this age with all the digital media. So she wanted to build a service platform where the parents and the kids go out and do service activities locally and serve the community, as well as raise awareness about Ekam. So the Ekam Youth Ambassador Program, which you'll find details on our website, has turned out to be a beautiful model for all the middle schoolers, high schoolers, college students, and their parents to be a part of Ekam and tell people what Ekam is. And we have different chapters doing different activities and raising funds for Ekam, as well as adopting a local shelter and things like that, trying to help the local community.
Excellent. And Dr. Reddy, I understand that you have an event coming up, and we were talking about it. If you could elaborate more on that event, it would be great.
Yes, Sailakshmi has been traveling all over the country, and she's been giving speeches about the work that's being done by Ekam, and anyone that comes and listens to a presentation have connected to the organization. They volunteer. They start a local chapter. So this weekend, this May 31st, we have an event in San Antonio, and details of which on our website, ekamusa.org, and followed by an event on June 2nd. We have a 5K that Ekam New Jersey chapter is doing. That is has a lot of sponsorships and a lot of participants. A lot of attention is happening, and she's moving on to Charlotte, North Carolina, on June 7th, followed by Philadelphia and Atlantic City. She's already covered the West Coast and the South and a lot of places too.
And Dr. Reddy, human stories really affect us. So is there a story that you can share with our listeners here, a child, a mother that you were able to help back in India, and anything that would be inspiring for our listeners also here?
Yes, definitely. And that is our signature story is of a weaver, a person who just makes, weaves the saris. And, he does not make a lot of money, maybe $100 a month, a very minimal salary that he has. And if when his child is born premature 2 months before and he needs ICU care, there is no way he's going to be able to pay 2,000 rupees every day for the ICU care. So it's very sad to see that the parent says, I really cannot afford to sell my house and pay for this child who may or may not be able to come out of this medical condition. So that's when Ekam steps in, and they took the child, they admitted him to the place, hospital that has the necessary facilities. Ekam has connections with all the government hospitals, but also with the private hospitals where they provide at-cost service without charging a lot of money. So our dollar actually goes a longer way there, and they gave us a 50% discount to Ekam. And then the other 50% was raised both from private companies that have social responsibility as well as from individual donors. So all these people came together to save that child who is now 5 years old and very healthy. So that is our signature story.
What an amazing and inspirational story that is. And I think every time you save a life, be it the mothers or the child, you are saving a family. You are saving and giving a chance to that young soul there. How blessed you all must feel, really, and more prayers and blessings to all of you, good wishes to all of you. And yes, as you said, in US, $20 can't do a whole lot in healthcare, but in India, $20 can cover a child screening cost for an entire month. So yes, go on ekamusa.org and see in what capacity you can help this great cause. ekamusa.org is that website. And
so I can actually explain the process for 1 minute by the time I'll connect Srinivas, who is from Dallas himself, and he can talk about what work Dallas chapter is doing.
Absolutely. We're going to take a quick musical break here and then take our next, doctor on air, one of the key members of Ekam Foundation. So we will quickly slip into this beautiful, inspiring song, and then we will take Dr. Srinivas on the airwaves of Radio Caravan.
जलती धूप में हल्की हवा चल गई, मिला भरोसा यार का, जहाँ अब फिर संभल गई। ओ ख्वाहिश सांस ली, जंजीरें पिघल गई, सबा उम्मीद को माथे पे उमड़ गई। सहराओं में हसरत पली है, हाय तूफान में आज ये शम्मा जली है, शायद
once again, you are listening to Radio Caravan. Thank you very much. With me in the studio, we have Anya, the kids champ here. And she has been sort of representing the youth here. And we are together speaking to Dr. Sailakshmi. She is in the studio. And let me tell you, she's the founder of Ekam Foundation. And Dr. Sailakshmi is reducing the child mortality rate among the most poor by raising their access to quality healthcare. To achieve this, she is linking communities, schools, universities and public providers to public healthcare in order to build health awareness, enhance health-seeking behaviors and make care inclusive, accountable and effective. And for her human service, in bringing down maternal and neonatal mortality in Tamil Nadu, she was named as Ashoka's Scholar and bestowed with the Nari Shakti Puraskar from the President of India. And how proud we are for that, to have Dr. Sailakshmi in the studio. And to join in the conversation, we do have Aruna and Srinivas, who are also members of Ekam Foundation, Ekam USA, and they will be talking about their inspiration. Welcome to both of you on the airwaves of Radio Caravan.
Hi. Thank you.
So I'm going to ask Srinivas and your inspiration towards the journey of Ekam.
Thank you for this opportunity to get on and talk about Ekam. So my inspiration is, just like, Dr. Sai said, if you think about a newborn baby or child who's very sick and parents are unable to afford, their treatment and they have to decide, between their, homes or land and whether it's worth it to fund the cost of treatment or rather have a new baby, things are not right, it seems. And access to health care and treatment is an issue throughout the world. And, looking at the statistics, we can see in our own neighborhoods in Dallas and throughout the country, there's very high, population that's uninsured and needy. And Texas has the highest number of uninsured population in the U.S. And, there's about 800,000 kids in Texas who are currently uninsured. And so Ekam is working to provide access to health care for the needy. And I very strongly believe in this cause and mission. And, I identify with that. And that's my motivation.
And that staggering number that you just shared with us and was really not aware of it. And sometimes it startles you when you actually hear it in terms of actual figures and numbers. So thank you very much for your insight here. And I'm going to go on to Aruna here and ask you about the yearly progress and funds, how you raise it and how you bring in transparency through social auditing process, which includes the finance audit.
Yes, hi. Thank you for the opportunity. And we started Ekam USA in 2016. And since then, it's growing a lot with the help of all the generous support of people. And we started with 50,000 in 2016. And now we are at 240,000 in 2018. And we are still growing with the donations that people are giving. And it is like 100% volunteers we have here. So all the donations that we get we distribute that to the needy in India. 100% goes there. So, and also we do auditing every year. We file taxes and it's completely transparent, and we send tax receipts for the donations that we receive from the donors. So it's a tremendous growth since we started.
Excellent to even, be talking to such people who have been contributing so much. Isn't it, Anya?
It's amazing how some people are just selflessly giving to their community. And I love how you started in America as well, because I feel like me as a person, I didn't know that so many kids were uninsured in Dallas until Mr. Srinivas just gave us that staggering amount. So thank you so much for bringing to light this, the attention to needy children in America as well as India.
And Anya, can you share the number, Dr. Reddy's number once again? If anybody wants to get in touch with Ekam and their cause, And if they want to, contribute it in any way, they can go to the website ekamusa.org, and the number is?
And the number you can call is 225-953-0414 if you have any questions about Ekam USA and you'd like to donate or join the cause. That is Dr. Reddy's number. And if you call that number, then I'm sure she'll be able to help you in whatever thing you need.
Yes. And I have one last caller on air, and I have exactly 2 minutes to go. I am going to try my best to, ask you one last question. Is it Reshma?
Yes, this is Reshma.
Reshma, so very glad to have you on air. We have exactly 2 minutes on the clock. Final words about Ekam that you want our listeners to know.
Definitely what I can say from Ekam as being a service-oriented pre-medical student in college, like you mentioned earlier, Ekam is a system that complements the existing state government health infrastructure rather than completely replacing it. So it definitely is a more efficient model, and it places emphasis on allocating the funds for hospital equipment maintenance and induction, as well as training local healthcare professionals, which is vital to sustaining and delivering quality patient-centered care.
Excellent. Thank you for coming on air and spending a little bit time on talking about Ekam Foundation. And final words from you. We have one last minute, and that I'm going to reserve for you, Dr. Sailakshmi. Final words for our listeners here.
Thank you, and I thank God, parents, and my guru, and everybody who has been part of this journey of amazing oneness experience. And I feel if we all can join hands together, miracles happen. So, and I'm really thankful.
And thank you so much. And thank you to people like you yourself, Dr. Sailakshmi, Aruna, Srinivas, Dr. Shilpa, and then we had Reshma, Dr. Reddy. I mean, amazing people you all are, and you have surely inspired many of our listeners. Yeah, I'm very sure. ekamusa.org is that website, and once again, that number.
The number is 225-953-0414 to call about all your Ekam USA needs. Thank you so much for coming, Dr. Sailakshmi. It was an honor talking to you.
Thank you, Anya.
It was our pleasure indeed. Coming together, as they say, is a beginning of oneness. Keeping together is progress. Working together, working in unison is success. Thank you so much, Dr. Sailakshmi.
Thank you.
And that's all the time I have with you all today. Mulaqat hogi kal theek 10 baje. Thank you very much, you all.